And it goes a little something like.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a much needed eyeshadow declutter. So you may have seen in my DIY vanity video tour that I have a lot going on in the way of makeup. I have more palettes than I could even use. So today I'm going to be taking you through the palettes one by one, and we will decide if I'm going to declutter it or if I'm going to keep it. The declutter pile will be either if it hasn't been used or lightly like used once or once shade swatched or something. I'm going to be putting it on my Mercari. I will also have a link to sign up for Mercari if you don't have an account, because it's like you get 20 bucks off and I get 10 bucks or something like that. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but you can sign up through my link below if you want to support this channel, because any proceeds that I get from like reselling the palettes that I spent money on that I didn't end up using, I'm going to put towards getting my camera, because I don't know if all of you know, but I do film, edit, upload all that on my old iPhone. So I am really in need, if my channel's going to grow, of a better, like a real camera. So anything that I make from the sale of that makeup, and all of it was purchased in this last year, so nothing is bad, will go towards me getting my camera. Also, if it's been, if it's lightly been used, I am going to be donating to my local domestic violence shelter. So the declutter is either going to go on Mercari or it's going to be donated to my local women's shelter. So I think I've got everything out of the way, but before we get started, if you're new here, hi, I'm Crystal. How you doing? It would be super awesome if you hit that subscribe button. I'm really trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so that I can join the YouTube partnership program. You want to make sure that you ding that bell so that you can get notifications each and every time I upload. Also, I am doing a contest right now, and when I get to 1,000 subscribers, my goal, I'm giving away a $300 Shein e-gift card that you can use to buy anything on Shein's site. And I just want to reward those that have been supporting me this entire time. I so much appreciate it. We just hit 500 the other day. I want to thank you guys again. I'm still like over the moon about that. If you guys want to see like all my other categories of declutter, then make sure that you give this video a like, and I will take that large number of likes as the go ahead to go ahead and film those declutters for you guys as well. I feel like I have said a mouthful, and I'm just gonna get started with the video because I have so much stuff to do. I'll catch you at the end of it. Okay, so first up we have the Glam Donut palette. This is what it looks like inside. This one, honestly, I haven't touched. I ordered it on a big Glam Light kick right before Christmas. Part of me really wants to give it a try, but the other part of me knows that I probably won't be using these colors enough to get good use out of it. But I really want to try it, so this is going to go in a maybe pile. Next up, this one I just had to have. I watched a ton of YouTube videos on it. This is the Pie palette. This was in the Christmas foodie box. I have used this, and I did put a look up on Instagram and on my Facebook for my YouTube channel. I really like it. I do wish that there was maybe a lighter shade in the palette, you know, for inner corner highlight. But other than that, it is really pretty, but again, not my everyday colors, and the blush was a little dark for me, so I'm going to be decluttering this one. Next up, this is the chocolate donut from Glam Light. I love the packaging on all of these, you guys. This is what this one looks like. I did do a video where I was wearing this, and I did review the whole foodie box that came with this. These are my jam. These are colors that I use on a daily basis. Sorry for the shadow there. I'm trying to get as much light as possible so you guys can see. This one I'm going to definitely keep. Next up, we have the Morphe X Manny MUA Glam Palette. This one got some pretty harsh, some pretty harsh reviews. People really didn't love this palette. I think probably partially because it was boring and partially because it looked like almost exactly like his Makeup Geek palette that he did. However, I am boring, and I do love this because I have my highlight here. These highlights are actually really pretty to use on the lid as well. So I'm actually going to be hanging on to this one. Okay, so we have the All of You Forever palette. This is the Violet Voss I just got in my BoxyCharm. I've only had a chance to play with the lighter shades. I kind of want to see what these greens can do, so I'm going to be keeping that guy. Next up, we have the Cindy Grace Mel Thompson Tiny Marvels palette. I just got this. I absolutely love it. I did have to get it resell because it's been sold out twice now. The metallics are amazing. If you've never tried Cindy Grace, their formula is like on par with the best shadows in the business. I've created a couple looks off camera with this, and I'm definitely going to keep playing with it. Next up, this one was my first Glamlight palette. This is the Glamlight Royalty palette. This is before they started doing their kind of cutesy packaging. This is what it looks like inside. I do like it. There are a couple colors that I still am still really into. I really like this pink, and I really like this purple, but I feel like it's like drying out kind of or something, because it's like I can't really get anything out. Either that, or I remember it having more pigment. Maybe it was the one below it. Maybe this one's just supposed to be sheer. However, I mean, look at this green. I don't know, but it's kind of dry too. I think I'm going to go ahead and declutter this guy. Next up, we have the KVD Edge of Reality palette. I am going to do a KVD... it's such a tongue twister for me. A KVD Beauty... full face of very, very soon. I actually really like, this is really different kind of a formula than I've used before, but they're really, really nice. Oh, there's no mirror, so I can actually do this. Just to kind of show you, like, it's almost like a cream to powder formula. This one is absolutely stunning. And this red, I just love how metallic they are. And so I just got this, and I'll be keeping this guy. Next up, we have the Nabla Secret palette. I just got this one as well. I haven't had a chance to play around with it yet, but I'm definitely going to hang on to that. Sorry, I have the Sakura and Sage. This is from Seraphine Botanicals. This is an eye and cheek palette. Has two blushes there, and then the eyeshadows. I didn't really play with this a whole lot. I did swatch the silver, and I found it to be kind of dry for what I like. But other than that, it's brand new, so I am going to probably be donating this, so declutter. Next up, we have another, I believe I got this in BoxyCharm. This is from Storybook Cosmetics. This is, I believe, Briar Rose? Little Briar Rose, yes. So cute. So this is what it looks like inside. It has a little mirror, and well, you can see, I don't have to move it, and the flowers. The colors are really pretty. It's just such a big palette, so for that reason I will be decluttering. This one from Fenty Beauty. This is the Moroccan Spice palette. You guys, I cannot get over how beautiful the outside of this packaging is. Inside looks like this. Some really pretty shimmery shades in there. However, they're not like super metallic, and I can duplicate these shades in mini palettes, so I am going to declutter this one. Next up, this one also came in a BoxyCharm. This is the Butter London Teddy Boy. This was their Cool Tone palette. It says Looking Good Darling here. That's really cute. I have a really hard time using these colors without looking like Mimi from Drew Carey, and not in a good way. So this one I'm going to go ahead and declutter. We have the Side by Side palette from Nabla. I just got this yesterday. And I definitely want to continue playing with it. It has a nice size mirror here. This is their neutral palette, but you guys, Nabla has an amazing formula, and the shimmers are so beautiful. So I definitely will be doing a video on Nabla because I ordered several different things from their line. So be watching for that. This one's another one that I just got that I'm excited to play with. This is one of the mini palettes from Too Faced. This one smells like bubblegum. sort of. The colors in it are just really cute. These are colors, obviously, that I naturally gravitate towards, and I thought it just would be a good one to be able to throw in my purse and go. I don't have a ton of palettes like that, so definitely will be keeping this one. Next up, we have another little palette. This is from Lovecraft Beauty. This is came in an Ipsy. This is from the October box. I really liked the colors, and I was really excited when I first got it, or when I opened it up, but I just found that they weren't really that pigmented, and the shimmers were really dry and kind of hard to work with, so I will be decluttering. Next up, this is an oldie. We have the Urban Decay Troublemaker palette. I just loved the saying on this one. I can't read upside down. I like my eyelashes as black as my heart. Wait, black as my heart and as long as the list of people I want to punch in the face. I think that's half the reason I bought this palette. So when you open it up, it looks like this. I really didn't use it a whole lot. When I did, it was this top row here. So I'm hoping someone else can get some use out of it. I'm going to go ahead and declutter that one. Next, we have another BoxyCharm. This is from Eloise Beauty. This is the Queen palette. I was so excited to get this in the September Boxy Luxe. The shadows are really, really nice. It has a lot of really pretty colors in it. I just have so many that I don't reach for it, and I don't want to be wasteful, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter. Next up, we have another Glamlight palette. This is the Cake palette from Glamlight, and I know this takes up a ton of space, but you guys, it's so pretty. It has an outer carton, if you don't know, that looks like an easy bake oven, and the Cake palette actually like sits down in there. When you open it up, we have a great big mirror over here, so you can get a full view. And then these are the colors. This palette is gorgeous. I know Glamlight's formula is spot on, and if I ever need to do a bright look, I know I have this palette to go to, and it's going to be flawless. So I will be keeping that. So next up, we have the Iconic London Day to Slay palette. This I did get, I believe, in a BoxyCharm or in add-ons. Has a big old mirror in here. And then these are right up my alley, boring neutrals, but the formula is really good. So I'm going to go ahead and hang on to this guy. Let's do some of these little guys before they fall over. So first up, we have a glitter quad. This is actually Pixie's, one of their, I want to say, it's just called a glittery eye quad. Okay, so they did have kind of more one with like reddish and blues, and then this is just like the more metallic shade. So we got a silver, gold, kind of a taupey gold, and a copper. These actually stick to the eye really, really nice, and they're actually quite pigmented. I was super surprised. I would say it's very comparable to the Nabla glitter palettes, which if you've tried them, if you haven't, you will see in an upcoming video. They are amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and keep that guy. This one is the Ultimate Edit from NYX. I think they still sell these. I've had this for forever, but I've never ever opened it. These are my colors right up my alley. However, I just have a ton in that color, and I want to go to someone who gets some use out of it. So we're going to declutter that guy. Next up, from CoverGirl, this is the True Naked Sunsets. You guys, these are so beautiful. I love that it had, look, and I actually used it too. You see that? It's got stuff on it. I bought this on the go one day when I didn't bring my eyeshadow. I dropped it at work and it broke. And so I just ran to the store and grabbed one. And I actually had to use this because I didn't have my brushes with me. But this is absolutely gorgeous. You guys, the colors are beautiful. And for a drugstore palette, it's really, really nice. I'm going to go ahead and actually hang on to that. Along with this one as well. This is the Maybelline Nudes of New York. This palette is really, really pretty. I love it's excellent quality from a drugstore brand, and these colors are my jam. What can I say? I'm gonna keep hanging on to that. I like to use that in, you know, like drugstore videos. Next up, we have a She Glam palette. You guys know I do a lot of Shein hauls. I actually have tried several of their palettes, and for the most part, they're really, really nice. This is the Beach Sunset palette. This one doesn't have a mirror. Only one of them that I have from Shein actually has a mirror. Now, these are supposed to be dupes for like the not Natasha Denona. Oh my gosh, for the Huda palettes. And these actually are very, very pretty. I should do a video on this, but I feel like some other people have, but not with these exact palettes. I'm running out of fingers. Let me do a matte so you can see. I just feel like, can you guys see that? How's the lighting? Anyways, yeah, like these are really nice quality, and they're like $5 to $6 when you use a coupon code. The only problem for me is they do take up quite a bit of room, and I do have these colors in other palettes. I don't know, now that I swatched it, I don't want to get rid of it. I think I'm going to hang on to that one. I have another She Glam palette. This is the Bubblegum palette. Now this one I really haven't used as much. It says Bubblegum right there inside. These are the pastels. The pastels I feel are kind of difficult. I just don't really reach for it, so I am going to go ahead and declutter this one. We have the Rhapsody palette. Now this one is all purples. This one's really pretty. Like, these are so pretty. So I'm definitely going to... I really wanted to declutter this one. I feel like I'm not making a whole lot of progress. I'm actually going to hang on to that one. It is freaking beautiful. We have the Pure times Raw... Is it times X? Like, what do you say? The Pure Raw Beauty Christie palette. This is a double-sided palette. This is the rainbow side. I love how it's rainbow reflection on this side, so you can tell that it's the colorful side of the palette. And then on this side, it has the gold writing, so you can tell that it's the neutral side. The neutral side is gorgeous. I really, honestly, I haven't had a chance to use this. I'm one of those weirdos. I was going to keep it in the box and not touch it, just because I love Raw Beauty Christie and I'm like fangirling it, you know? I wanted to keep it in like mint condition. The reviews that I did see were kind of mixed. I know that some of the shadows were hard to blend. You get that sometimes with pressed pigments. But I think I'm definitely going to still hang on to it just because it's a Raw Beauty Christie collab. Next up we have the Tati Beauty Volume 1. This palette looks like this. It has a giant mirror that's going to blind you. Unless I pull it back a little bit. There we go. These colors are beautiful. I love how it stays within the color story, you know, and has just different textures. I find that to be really awesome that they're all in the same palette. I did just recently purchase this. I've only used this row here and a little bit of this gold, so I definitely need to play with it more. And for what I put into it, I am going to hang on to this until I play with it some more. This is our last Shein palette, you guys. This one actually does have a mirror on it, which is nice. This is the, what is it called? The Desert palette. Sorry. This I think is really, really pretty. I'm just going to swatch a couple of colors just so I can again show you. Maybe you can see just a little bit better than last time. I need to get better at this. I'm sorry, you guys. This is my first declutter ever, so please be patient with me. I promise you I will get better. I am not, hopefully won't have another huge declutter after this because I am trying to be good and more discerning with my money. Ooh, this is one I really love too, so I am going to hang on to that guy. Next up, we have this one I just recently got from KKW Beauty. Oh, look how pretty it looks in the lights. It's actually like silver holographic packaging, which is nice. When you open it up, it's just basic bitch neutrals that I love. We have a little mirror in there. These shadows were just super easy to blend. You can't mess up with this palette because there's only 5 colors. I love that. And I thought the formula was really nice. The mattes were really buttery and the shimmers were really shimmery, and that's all a girl really can ask for, right? Next up, I bought this one. It's a holiday. It's the e.l.f. Hot Chocolate palette. Usually I think e.l.f. has some really nice shadows. These I just felt were like a little bit drier. I wasn't super impressed with this formula. This little iridescent one down here was really pretty, but hopefully someone else might have better luck with it. I just have really dry skin. Maybe someone more like oily skin or something would enjoy it. So I am going to declutter. Then we have another one that I got through BoxyCharm. This is the Esmeralda 1 by Beauty Creations. This is what it looks like. We have a mirror there. I'm going to pull it back just so that doesn't blind you. The colors are kind of nice. I haven't touched it and I want to leave it intact. I don't want to swatch it just when I'm going to be giving it to somebody else. So we're going to declutter that one. Hopefully we can move a little bit faster. This guy is from Illamasqua. I think this was a... it was a Boxy or an Ipsy. I can't remember. I think it was an Ipsy. It's very, again, really neutrally shades. You can see that I played with this a little bit. These colors are really nice. I like that it has the neutrals, but then it also has these berry tones down here in one palette. So that's kind of nice, and you can switch up your look a little bit. This one I'm going to be keeping. This brand used to be like the shit on YouTube, like back in the day. Oops. Okay. Let me move that guy out of the way. Next, oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite ones. And it looks like I've freaking barely touched it. This is from Kaleidos. We have, get my double chin in the mirror. Hi, double chin. Hi, YouTube. This is beautiful. This is from Kaleidos Cosmetics. They're coming out with a palette with Angelica tomorrow. You guys know I'm so excited. These colors are absolutely gorgeous. This is one of their, I think they have like 7 different Futurism palettes. This is Futurism 7. Definitely going to be keeping that. I went through hell and back to get this palette. Next up, this was a BoxyCharm, a dud for me, honestly. I just found that like they were super, super dry. I really didn't mess with it all that much. I just kind of swatched one color right there. I'm hoping that somebody else can get some use out of it. We're going to declutter that guy. Same with this one. This was a BoxyCharm, made for BoxyCharm exclusive. The shadows are really pretty. I especially loved this pink glitter shade here as a topper. But I can't keep a whole palette just for one color. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one. Okay, so next up we have this Ciate London palette. This is a little tiny mini guy. It's hard plastic. I like that. Let's see if there's a name for it. Doesn't have a name. It just says 9-piece eyeshadow palette. This was in the Allure December box. Allure sucks, by the way. I used to love Allure box, and now I can't stand it. And I signed up for a year, so now it just makes me mad every month when it shows up because they increase the price to where it's like comparable to BoxyCharm and Ipsy, but like you get like these teeny tiny products that say free sample on them. It's just awful. I'd be so mad if I paid full price. Because I signed up for the year, I pay like the regular price. Anyways, that's a video for another time. And I pretty much say that every month when I do my unboxings. This is actually really pretty, but I didn't want to touch it just because my previous experience with Ciate London is it's really not my favorite formula. I find that the shadows always look really pretty, but they don't really show up on the eyes the same as they do in the pan. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter that little guy. Next up, I have the Rare Beauty Magnetic Spirit palette. I guess you guys can see it a lot better if I hold it up like that for some reason. Okay, so this palette is gorgeous. I like how small it is. I've only really messed with 2 of these shadows. Again, I got it mixed so you can't see my reflection. This is a very pretty iridescent shimmer. The hardest thing though is like these are all shimmers. So if you want to do like a one and done look, you can. I just don't usually go that route, and so for that reason I'm going to be decluttering Magnetic Spirit. This is the Hip Dot, what's it called? Zion Pressed Pigment palette. We got this a few months ago in I think a Boxy Luxe. This is what it looks like. The colors are really, really pretty. Oops, sorry. I don't know. I'm kind of got mixed emotions on this because these are the colors I really liked in that Queen palette, but I decluttered that, so I'm actually going to go ahead and keep this one. Next, or finally in this pile, we have from Bad Habit Beauty. Do they even exist anymore? I'm not sure. I feel like they keep changing their name and still making dupes. I don't really purchase dupes anymore. This is one that I've had for quite some time. This is what it looks like on the inside. It's supposed to be kind of like an ABH dupe. However, it's not. I don't know how else to say it like nicely. Like, it's terrible. But you know what? Maybe like my daughter or one of her friends might really enjoy it. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this along. Next up, I ended up with 2 of these. I gave one away in a BoxyCharm giveaway, and then one of my friends got hers in a BoxyCharm, and she gave it to me because she knows that I like makeup. So this is the C-Note. I call it the C-Note, like I think $100 bills. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but this is the palette that came just recently in Boxy Luxe, and I think the December one. And it's really pretty. I am trying to get a little more adventurous and play with the blues. I really want to. I know blue is super trendy when used in the right way. And so I wasn't planning on keeping this palette, but now that she gave it to me, I'm definitely going to hang on to it and experiment a little bit. Okay guys, I was putting those in the box and I had to swatch these a couple times again. I know I said I was going to declutter this one, but I just can't let it go yet. The shades that aren't bad in here, that aren't dried out, are just, they're worth keeping. I decided, so I'm going to hang on to that guy, even though I had initially planned to declutter it. Next up, we have the Fade Into Hue from ColourPop. Unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably seen this guy in the last month and a half. This is what she looks like inside. Absolutely gorgeous. I think these are light enough that even I can get down with it. I feel like when I just get too dark of shadow, because I don't have the skill level, like I can't make it look how like in my head I picture it looking. But this I feel is safe and crystal friendly, so we are going to hang on to her. That brings me to the Stone Cold Fox palette. This one I actually haven't played with yet. I had gotten the That's Taupe palette, and then I ordered this one, and I'm super excited for it to get here, but then I just kept using the That's Taupe palette because they are very, very similar in color, but because I love that one, I know I will love this one, and so for that reason I will be for sure keeping that guy. Next in the pile we have the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. This is the first one. I had to repurchase because my first one was crusty, dusty, old, and musty. So this is the new one that I got, I think at the beginning of quarantine. These are just classic colors, ones I use all the time. Even has this little pop of blue to remind me to like try to improve my techniques and my skill level. I'm going to be hanging on to her. This like tears my heart up, you guys. This is the Morphe and Lisa Frank collab. Now I know that there was like some controversy around this because you know, she had done like the crowd sharing and pooled a bunch of money from fans to create a makeup line that never ended up happening. People didn't get anything for their money, and then she just went ahead and did this collab with Morphe. This is a palette that's already been really released with Morphe. It's just a re-release. Just your standard kind of, I'm trying to fit it all in here because it's kind of big, you know, Morphe palette and all. 35 shades. I did play with this a little bit. I have a YouTube video where I reviewed the Lisa Frank Morphe stuff. It's in the Crystalline playlist if you want to check that out. I'll try to remember to link it down below. This is a lot doing all these palettes, so I can't 100% guarantee it, but if you want to see it, that's where it is. I love that it has this little heart right here, and it says this belongs to, and it kind of folds magnetically like a Trapper Keeper. I think that's wonderful. I did love Lisa Frank growing up, but I haven't touched this palette since I did the video on it. And I have the Glamlight Cake palette for colors. I have the ColourPop Fade Into Hue. So I'm going to go ahead and, as much as it breaks my heart, I'm going to declutter this. Now, if this was the two cats, you know, the yellow cat and the purple cat with the heart or whatever, like I would be keeping it, but I can part with Mr. Forrest here. So this is my other glitter quad. This is the Nabla Ruby Lights. I got this to go with my side-by-side palette because I seen a video where they were using them together and it just looked oh so pretty. Yeah, so I haven't tried this yet. I mean, I put my finger in it and it feels pretty much like the Pixie, maybe like a little bit bigger of pieces. I definitely will be applying this with glitter glue because it doesn't have as much of that like sticky base in it as the Pixie does. But you can see it's really, really pretty. And you'll see in the Nabla video that I put out what it looks like on the eye. It is super messy though, but like worth it messy. You know what I mean? We have this little mini here. See, it's still in my hand after a makeup wipe. Crap, I have glitter everywhere. Okay. This is the Nude Light palette from Huda Beauty. I love how small it is. I have a few of these, and I love these colors. You guys, come on. We already know. These are my colors. We're keeping that one for sure. Now, these two I just got on BoxyCharm add-ons. This is the Huda Beauty Ruby Dreams palette. It looks like that. And this is the Amethyst palette, and of course we have the purples in there. These are a lot deeper purples than the kind of Shein dupe of the palette. I can't wait to play around with that. I know purples are really hard, but hopefully these are nice. And I got these for only $12, which is like amazing. Hopefully, I mean, it's amazing if they work, right? For right now, we're going to keep those. We have the Pure X Trolls World Tour. This is the pink version. This one's so cool because you could do a fun, colorful look with it, or you could also just stick, you know, to these neutral colors here and play it safe. The formula on these is actually really nice. I don't find it to be too powdery at all. And when you wet your brush, it's like chef's kiss. So, plus it's really cute. We're gonna hang on to that guy. This is the break apart, like give one, gift one, or wait, keep one, gift one. I don't know. The Kylie Holiday palette set thing. I haven't played with the gold one yet. Oop. Oh, I didn't know that was still on there. Okay. So I haven't played with this one yet, but I did create a couple looks with the more like khaki and purple palette. The quality was okay. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. But I have like most of the stuff from her set or the holiday launch, and I kind of want to like keep it together. So for right now, and because they're so new and I haven't even played with that one, I'm going to hang on to these. Dude, I still have chunks of glitter. I've wiped it 3 times. 3 times. Okay, next we are going to go into this little bucket. This bucket has my smaller palette. So we have this just little duo here. This is from Milani. This is BFF 130. This one's really pretty. You can just do a really simple 2 and done look. Put your matte on there and your shimmer on your eyelid and you're good to go. I'm going to be keeping that. These I got in an Allure bonus box, and normally I would crap all over these things, but they're actually really, really pretty, and they're full-on metallic with the wet brush. Like, these are crazy. Like, not Gimme Glow crazy or Sydney Grace crazy or Shine by SD crazy, but, like, they're pretty nice. So, I got 2 different colors in that one. I have the kind of pinky rose one and this almost, like, goldish, brownish one. I'm going to hang on to those. This, if you guys watched my palette tag video that I did, this is my oldest, well, not my oldest, but my most used palette. This is the City Mini in Matte About Town. I got some good old use out of this bad boy. I've hit pan on 3 of the 6 shades. It's a really good one to like throw in your purse. Like for me, it's got your basic bitch colors. It's got all my like browns, taupes, and creams. And I probably just need to buy this again because it's looking pretty crusty. So, but I'm going to keep it until I buy a new one because I don't want to live without it. Not one day. Next up, we have the Mini Glam Palette from Natasha Denona. This is what she looks like. I put a little divot in that shadow there, just trying to get it to show up. I guess I thought it was more pigmented than it was. I didn't buy the full Glam palette. I just got this little guy. I've only used it 1 or 2 times. And it's not because of anything bad about it. It's just I have so much, which is the reason why I am decluttering. So I'm going to keep this one just because I know she has good quality and I haven't got a chance to play with it. Next up, we have the Mini Star Palette from Natasha Denona. I haven't even got to use this at all, so definitely will be hanging onto it. We have the Natasha Denona Peak Palette. This was a BoxyCharm exclusive. We just got this, I want to say in November. It's really, really pretty. This shade is right up my alley. I'm going to hang on to that. Then we have the extra, no, it's not extra. Okay, we have the Pumpkin Spice Palette from Too Faced. This one was getting rave reviews. I wasn't going to buy it, and then I broke down and I bought it. Haven't had a chance to play with it yet, so I will be keeping it, and I will update you next fall. Okay, I'm a dork. Just wanted to ask you, if you haven't yet, and you're on the fence, hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. I have a lot of cool stuff coming up, and I would love you to be a part of my channel. And while you're at it, go ahead and click that like button, because I'm putting in work for y'all. I love you guys. So this is the Sweet Peach palette from Too Faced. This I've had since it came out. It is very well loved. I did have this in my palette tag video as well. I hope you guys can see just like how dirty and loved this palette is. I'm actually thinking about repurchasing this new, even though I know I can't talk. Eyeshadows have progressed and came a long way, and I did call them today and ask, and it is the exact same formula as when this was made, so they haven't like improved the formula or anything. But I'm definitely going to hang on to this one until I get a different one, because she was my favorite for a very, very, very long time. Okay, next up we have this palette from Ulta Beauty. This came in a free gift with purchase, like when you spent 80 bucks or something. You got this and like a lipstick and a couple other things. It doesn't have a mirror. I do like the colors, but like you've heard me say before, I have these colors 20 times over in other palettes. So I'm going to declutter that. Hopefully someone else can get some use out of it. We have this palette here from Butter London. This was a BoxyCharm as well. I do like the formula. However, again, we have a situation where they are all shimmers, and even though they're beautiful shimmers, kind of sucks having to reach for multiple palettes. So I am going to go ahead and let that one go as well. This is the original Sigma Warm Neutrals palette. They've recently revamped it and added a couple shades, but this is what mine looks like. We do have a mirror here, and then these are the shades. They're really pretty, and this is the only Sigma palette that I have, and I really do enjoy their formula, so I am going to be keeping that guy. This is the Raw Beauty Christie X ColourPop palette. You've seen this before on my channel. I gave a couple of these away. These are the colors. Absolutely gorgeous. Totally gorgeous. I gave a couple away. This is mine, and I'm keeping it. Then we have, of course, the ColourPop Wild Nothing palette. Now this palette is kind of boring, kind of really light, kind of wouldn't work for anybody with more than probably a fair skin tone. But this one is so pretty. For me, these colors are gorgeous. I love this little safe green for me here. Super shimmery, light, romantic. I love it. We'll be keeping that guy. This one I feel looks like that Ulta Beauty palette. Let me grab it really quick. So this was the Ulta Beauty colors here. And then this is the Grandeur from ColourPop. Tell me that those don't look super similar. Anyways, so I decluttered the Ulta one, so I am going to be keeping the ColourPop one. I do have the blush and something else that goes with that. It came out in a set, a lip gloss and a liquid lip. Next up, we have the Blow and Smoke palette from, I can't remember what it was called before that. I keep this in here just because I shuffle my stuff around and I don't want them to break. So if you haven't seen it before, this is what it looks like. Just a nice smoky palette, lots of grays. We have a shimmery black here and a matte black. This I just think is really pretty, and I just have to be really careful because, like I said, I'm still mastering the art of the kind of advanced makeup techniques, so I don't look just really silly. I definitely need to work on my actual dark smoky eye. Like, I can do neutral smoky eye, but this, I'm still definitely perfecting the craft on that one. But that's why I got this, because I intend to practice. We have another ColourPop. This is the Blush Crush palette. I got this at the beginning of quarantine. I've used it a little bit. I feel like these are some of the colors that are in the Wild Nothings, honestly, but we all know that ColourPop likes to put out the same shades over and over and over again. But these are all together in this one little palette, so I'm going to be keeping. Then we have the Baby Got Peach palette. I'm not sure why they alternate between cardboard and plastic packaging. I wish they'd kind of just pick one and stick to it. These are the colors in the Peach palette. Again, just like most people, I'm not a huge fan of these loose glitters like this, especially when they're like so soft you can stick your finger in there and make a dent. Not a big fan of that. But I do love wearing peaches, and right now this is like my best peach formula since my Too Faced one is really old, so I'm going to be keeping that guy. These ones are actually, there's a lot of keeps in this pile, sorry. For those that think I'm not decluttering enough, I did declutter quite a few, and I wasn't decluttering just to declutter. I wanted to declutter things I wasn't going to use, things that people could get use out of. So we have the Going Coconuts palette. This is like their #1 palette, so I'm sure you've seen this before. It's super gorgeous. This is the front here. I just recently picked up a new one. Shout out Kara at Kara's Beauty Room. She hooked me up with that. And then we have the That's Taupe palette. So this is the one that I had ordered and used, and this is why I haven't played with Stone Cold Fox at all yet, because as you can see, they are very similar tones in there. This Super Shock is just beautiful. Going to be keeping that guy. I'm sure you guessed that. Then we have the So Much Fun Hello Kitty. Now this palette got like a lot of shit on the internet, and I don't know why, because I absolutely loved it. I know they're not like bright reds and yellows and, you know, color Hello Kitty colors, but I feel like Hello Kitty's been a lot of colors and a lot of color schemes, and this is just really, really pretty on the eye. Like, I found the pigmentation to be nice. It blended pretty well. I haven't used this darkest one here with the shimmer in it. I'm not a huge fan of those matte shimmers. But overall, I really enjoyed the palette. And I enjoyed the blushes that came with this collection as well. Then we have this collection was just released, but the palette came out over like Black Friday, Cyber Monday. This is the Cloud Spun from the Cotton Candy collection. I did just use this, I think just once or twice. You can see the dent and the glitter there. This is so, so pretty. I was debating whether I needed this or not because I'd gotten the Fade Into Hue palette and it has that row of pinks. But I'm really glad I did because it has some deeper tones and then like the different shimmer than is in that palette, which you know, you can use them together. You can use this on its own. I'm really excited because I have the cream gel liners coming that go with this and the blush, and I just, you know me, I tell you guys all the time, I be loving pink. I love my pink. So this is, I feel like, right up my alley for sure. Now, you guys, if you are still with me this far into the video, like, you should leave me like a star emoji in the comments because you guys are freaking rock stars. We are down to this last little basket. These are like my single shadows. And I'm just going to go through them really quickly. I'm not going to go through these, but I will just show you really quick. These are the couple of the new 5 pans from ColourPop. I have a pigment here, the KVD Dazzle Sticks, and then these are my singles from Terra Moon. These are brand new, so I'm not going to worry about decluttering yet, and watch for those upcoming videos because they are going to be awesome. So first, we're going to do these 4 guys right here. I should flip them this way. So these are the Jelly Much shadows. These were released with the Garden Variety collection. I have used these a couple times. I had to have them at the time, and of course, 2 of the colors had been sold out, and so I paid aftermarket, like, value, like, more, I don't know. I paid a lot for these, and I haven't really used them that much. Honestly, I'm going to hang on to them and use them for spring just because I'm ashamed of how much I paid for it. I think I paid like $60 or something for the 4 of these. Next, we have, this is Sellout from Urban Decay. Oops, I just put my finger right in it. Not that it matters because it's completely panned. This was a really good shade. I actually used to just use this as a one and done, like really quick when I'd go to work. And I still think it's really pretty. It's just, you know, just a light shimmer. I'm actually going to hang on to it. Don't judge me. I really like that color, and I don't have anything exactly like it. This is a single from Natasha Denona. It's called Aubade. It came in a Allure something, I think, one shadow. It's really pretty, but I feel like I have a shadow just like it. I'm going to go ahead and donate that guy. I mean, declutter. Sorry, I get my words mixed up. These are the Metalist shadows. I just ordered 2 more from Boxy Add-ons. These are by Touch and Soul. This is my favorite at Christmas time. This is a Hollow Mulberry. I wore it on my eye in a couple of my videos, and I really, really love it. It's so pretty. And then I went on and I ordered the taupe one. I'm making a mess. I ordered the taupe one just because I really, really love how sparkly and beautiful and duochrome these are. So I would highly recommend those, and I will be keeping those. Next, we have a single shadow from Wander Beauty. I really did like using this as an inner corner highlight. I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to keep this. No, I'm not. I'm going to declutter this. Nope, I'm not. I'm sorry. I like it too much, and it's just so small and nice to leave on the top of my vanity, to just be able to pop it on as a highlight. So, and it doesn't take up much space. So I'm going to keep that guy. Next, this one I can get rid of. I actually got off Wish. It's called Nicole by, how do you say that? Fiora? How do you guys say that word? Anyways, it is a sparkle metallic shadow. It's just this dark brown. It's really pretty, but it's just a little too dark for me, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter. This is a single that I got to use as a highlight from Ulta, but it's just really powdery, so it might work for somebody else. Going to declutter. This was a single. This is like almost the same color as the Urban Decay one. But it's by Real Her. It's just a sample size though, and I got it in an Ipsy, so I'm going to pass that along to somebody else. This I got, Palladio is the brand. I got this at Sally Beauty quite a while back. It's probably expired, but it's still super creamy, and I absolutely love this color. If you can see like how shimmery it is, it's just... I'm going to see if I can buy another one, but until then, I'm going to actually hang on to it. Let me wipe my little grimy eyeshadow fingers off. Okay. This is from Jessie's Girl. This is like a drugstore brand. I think I got it at Rite Aid. Let's tap it because this is so messy. It is a loose pigment shadow. It reminds me a lot of this color that I used to get from Bare Minerals. It's kind of just like a coppery gold. But it is so messy. So I'm going to declutter that bad boy. This is a Ciate London. It's one of their marbled light shadows. What's the color name here? Entwine is the color. This is really metallic and pretty, and it's like... Ghost! The cat's getting into shit. Mama's been busy for too long. So, I really like this. This is kind of like the Metalist Touch and Soul shadows, but just a lighter brown. So I'm actually going to hang on to that one. I forgot I had it, actually. Then we have these two little minis. I got these in an Ipsy. These are by Ibby, I-B-Y, Ibby, I don't know how you say it. This one I think is called Flower Child. It was a really pretty gold. And then this one... It was in Bloom. It's this nice peachy color, but I have this in the, I was going to say Baby Got Back. I have this in the Baby Got Peach palette, and I have this gold 100 times over, so I'm going to go ahead and pass those on. Next, I have a Super Shock Frog. I bought this when I bought the Raw Beauty Christy because it's one of her favorite Super Shock shadows, and I used to have this a long time ago, but it like got kind of crusty, so I just got this, and I'm going to hang on to him. I don't know why it's him. Frog. I just think frog and it's him. Then I have these sticks. These are shadow sticks from Beauty for Real. I got these in an Ipsy, and honestly, like, I tried them yesterday, and I just, oops, you can see it now, Crystal. You jammed it into the thing. I guess if you push really hard, but they're just kind of dry. I don't know, now that I got it to work, it's pretty. I could not get it to show up for the life of me yesterday. Maybe I just needed to, like, knock the crust off or something. I'm just kidding. These are brand new. I just opened them. I might experiment with these a little bit and see, because they are my basic bitch neutral colors, and I probably really would enjoy them. So...
6.5 hours later.
Oh my gosh, that was so long. Okay, if you're here, I am so proud of you. You made it all the way through. Thank you for spending your time with me today. I know you could be watching anything on YouTube and you're here watching me, and I really do appreciate it. So thank you so much. Make sure that you give this video a like if you haven't already. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of today's video. I know it's a little rough at times, but this is the first declutter I've ever done. I've only ever seen people do it, and I have a much bigger respect for all of them now. Much like many things on YouTube, I find out are so much more work than they actually look. So have a good day, night, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in the next one. It might be a declutter. Depends on what you guys have to say. Bye, guys.